Hey guys, today we're playing Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I believe that's how you say it. I've been talking about this game, or is Tatsunoko? I can't remember. It's basically a cartoon company in Japan, or a studio or whatever. There's some older cartoons that came out before my time that got brought over here to the States, but I'm not really familiar with the characters. But for some reason, this is my favorite out of the VS series, just because it's so bizarre compared to the other ones. This unfortunately doesn't have a lot of unlockables or anything in that nature, and it's somewhat simplified from the other versus games. And if you have a Wii remote and that's it, it's almost stupid to play it with it. So make sure you either have a classic controller or a GameCube controller. I mean, you can play it with a Wii controller, but it's weird how it controls. So I suggest using either a GameCube controller or a classic controller. So this actually has an interesting character collection, not just because of the Tatsunoko characters, the road that company is called, but it actually has the Mega Man from Mega Man Legends, which I don't think I've ever seen in any other game. But this looks surprisingly good for a Wii game, and it actually looks kind of close to Marvel vs. Capcom 3, to be honest with you. But I believe you could have 3 characters at a time. You only can have 2 on this. I need to make sure my controls are right. Make sure I'm recording this. I'm so professional at doing this kind of stuff. Alright, so it's a low punch. Alright, it remember my controllers from last time. Did not mean to do that. Exit. Alright, let's get started. I don't know what you can unlock on this. I think it's just outfits. And outfits I mean by apparently different artworks, and by outfits I mean different color schemes. Sorry, it's all these flashy colors, they're distracting me. It's not like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 where you can unlock a shitload of characters like on the Dreamcast versions. This game's pretty straightforward. I don't know if you can still play online with people or not. I'm not going to attempt it. I'm just going to go to arcade mode. And since the Wii U's been out there, so Nintendo's almost given up completely on the Wii system. It's kind of weird though, because all the peripherals are still supported. They still make those because the Wii U uses them. It's kind of weird because you never saw a system like that. You saw a little bit with the PlayStation and PlayStation 2. But as time went on, like most PlayStation 2 games required pressure sensitive controls. So of course I'm gonna pick Chun-Li. And I'll pick somebody who I haven't picked before. I'll pick somebody from this side. So I basically have it, there's like 3 button combinations and then a power button. So I have a GameCube controller, so I picked Y as high punch, A as medium punch, and then actually Y is low punch, A as medium punch, and then X is high. And then the B button, you use your secondary characters. And then the shoulder button pushes all of the buttons at the same time. So this looks, in my opinion, almost as good as Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The only thing that doesn't look as good, I think, is the anti-aliasing. I'm trying to do a spinning bird kick, which varies in difficulty of how to do on some different variations of the versus games in Street Fighter games. Sometimes their spinning bird kick is a gigantic pain in the ass to do. This game, it seems like the health bars take forever to drain. We're playing the game of throwing each other, huh? I love the little serve bots. It blows my mind that they haven't either come with a high definition version of Mega Man Legends or at least versions that you can purchase on the PlayStation Network. Especially as bad as people want them. Like, I would like to repurchase my Misadventures of Tron Bond I used to have in Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. And they're like $150 about each. And I just find that ridiculous for a used game, so I haven't done it. And as awesome as emulation can be, I'd rather just have the games. I don't know any of the Swans. Was it June the Swans or Jun? I don't know. I've seen some of the characters Robot Chicken, and I believe I've seen a cartoon or so with her on it, but I don't know what it is. There might be somebody to tell me, but even if you told me, I'd have to look her up on Wikipedia. And I got a gift for you. That was pretty awesome. Despite your stupid helmet, you were pretty awesome. I remember playing her a long time ago and really liking her. I usually like the girl characters because they're usually faster and I don't know, their reach seems to be longer. They're not usually as strong though, but you know. The combination of being fast and having long range works best for me when playing these types of games, so I usually stick to Chun-Li. Plus her moves aren't extraordinarily difficult to pull off. I love the backgrounds to this. This game, like, I'm surprised this didn't come out on the other system. It's weird they picked the Wii, especially with the default controller that the Wii has. But I am impressed about how good this game looks for a Wii title. Like I said, it looks almost as good as Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Sorry. And it runs fairly fast. I apologize. I've noticed that when I play the game this close to the microphone, you can hear the controller click. The only thing about these simplified controls is I have trouble trying to re-figure out what their moves are. Because like if you play a Street Fighter game, it's like a 6-button format, so I have only half the buttons. Using this tiny ass D-pad on this game keeps killing me. I like how it's exaggerated where it's like 1,000,000 points. My life bar's at maximum. I feel like it's safe to do a super attack now if I can pull it off with this controller. Oh, that looks somewhat painful. Come on, Swan Lady. Beat his ass and his stupid yo-yo. There's like an even more simplified move than this where it basically does combos where you kind of like the way that Persona Arena does it, but not nearly as not nearly as simple as this. I'm incapable of walking fast, so I have to jump. I don't know any of your moves. I literally button mashing when I play as her. I know some of Chun-Li's moves. Your little spinning bird trick that somehow got cancelled by a yo-yo. I mean that by the actual toy and the person that's using it. I win by slightly higher health, so instead of being unconscious, you can lose and feel bad about it. I kind of like the art style. It's somewhat simplified but detailed at the same time. Like I'm a fan of this game on Facebook, and I always appreciate like some of the official artwork and some of the fan artwork people put out. I think that one guy's from Rival Schools. Man, I wish I didn't give away that game too. There's so many games I had on PlayStation 1 that I used to trade in, usually for PlayStation 2 games, which I regret. Because I tend to miss my PlayStation 1 games more than my PlayStation 2 games, at least the ones I gave away. I feel most nostalgic about, especially my Capcom ones. And I really wish that instead of releasing Japanese Mega Man versions of games with remixed soundtracks that were mostly on the anniversary collection you can get super cheap on PlayStation 2, I wish they'd release the games that people actually want. I mean, unless they are, they're completely ignoring the people that wanted Mega Man Legends 3. So I doubt they'll even attempt to put it on PlayStation Network, but I check every Tuesday. Did they change their mind yet? But seems like every time that new classic game comes out on PlayStation Network, it's usually for the PlayStation 2. I think the last two games that I saw that come out were Castlevania Lament of Innocence and Contra Shattered Soldiers, which are two good games, especially Shattered Soldier. That was a really good Contra game. One that we didn't get in a long time, but then we got Contra 4 for the DS. Oh, I'm fighting my clone. I wonder how... Oh, she canceled me. I was starting to feel good about myself. I'm wasting my combos here. Come on, all the Serb bots are depending on me. I like on the Misadventures of Tron Bond where you actually have the ability to name all your you can name all your server bots. I miss that game so much. I found the case of it, so I must have gave it without the case because it had the Mega Man Legends 2 demo, which I should probably show you guys because it actually has stuff that's not in the actual game. It was just like a tech demo, more or less. I can't believe you're gonna dodge my attack. I hope that helps. This game moves really fast. I don't mind though. It's pretty easy compared to the other Capcom fighting games because I finished it several times. I'm not doing so hot now. I'm on maximum, so hopefully I can do something terrible to him. Epileptic seizure commence. I win. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut this short. This is an awesome game. Definitely try it out if you're interested in fighting games, especially by Capcom. And if you're interested in the Tatsunoko or Tatsunoko, however you say it, cartoon series. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I think the character designs are kind of cool. I've seen some shows with the characters in them. I just don't know what, because I've only seen them like by flipping through channels or maybe random episodes on YouTube or on one of those cheap little like internet channels that you don't have to pay to watch the TV shows because I guess they lost their copyrights or something. I don't know. I know I've seen them before. I don't know what shows they are, and it must have been something popular before my time because I noticed they usually have the action figures of some of these characters in Robot Chicken. There's actually a commercial that used to come on Adult Swim. This background, I guess, is from Dead Rising. I'm not holding the controller, that's why she's getting her ass kicked. I like the little gold thing. But, he looks like a giant lighter. And it says Lighten, so maybe that's what he is. I don't know, but they had a commercial on Adult Swim of all different action figures of all these characters too. Probably made by the people that maybe are in charge of Robot Chicken. I don't know, that's just guessing. It looked like it though. But I am rambling about shit that you probably don't care about. So, this is Tatsunoko, probably saying that wrong, versus Capcom. Probably my favorite of the Capcom versus games for some weird reason, even though it doesn't have that many characters. Definitely if you have a Wii, try it out, but I definitely recommend only playing this if you have a GameCube controller or one of the Wii Classic controllers, and even if you have a Wii U, you can play it. If you have a GameCube, it won't work though. Just the Wii or Wii U. But you should already know that. Alright guys, yeah, more random information for you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Blah blah blah, yeah. And sorry. Take care.